Good morning, day 312, cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. So it's a brisk 36 degrees this morning. We still haven't really had our first frost, but it's going to be 64 today, which will be very pleasant and sunny. So enjoying a few more days of Indian summer, which is always nice. But I have a mess going here in the house. I still have a ton of potting up to do. I have a couple of orchids soaking that were becoming dehydrated. I need to pot those up. And then my dining room will be finished. So, and then I have, of course, the kitchen table, the never-ending kitchen table saga. So I'll be cleaning that up too, and maybe I'll get outside a little bit this afternoon. So I'm not sure what's for breakfast this morning, as usual. I kind of go in there and see what I'm in the mood for. And that's how I make most of my menus. I do plan ahead on dinners most of the time a little bit, because I cook dinner early. So that's been working out great for me, and I haven't been wasting any food. And that's always a good thing because, I don't know, most people don't have money for food, to waste food these days. So I'm trying to use up what I have, repotting my plants as I need to, and consolidating all my plants so it makes it easier to water them. And I have my fountain that goes on in the dining room, and it's very relaxing. So, alright, I will be back in a little bit, and we'll see what's for breakfast. Day 312. Oh, I forgot to put cream in my coffee. Well, that just won't do. So, here we go. And my daughter was telling me it's getting hard to find the International Delights creamer. I wonder what's going on with those again. That happened once before, where I couldn't find my chocolate creamer. Oh well, we need to adjust. I guess that's what it's all about these days. All right, now I can enjoy my coffee. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, my friends, let's see what's for breakfast this morning. Oh, so many things to choose from. Not as many things as I had, but that's fine. That's my mission. Well, I could have some of this bread. So I ate most of the loaf. I think I have 3 slices left, or 4. 3. I have 3 slices left. I'll have that. And look at my cheese drawer. It's getting empty, but I have 2 big bags of frozen cheese in the freezer. I have 2 slices of smoked Gouda left. And this was a flash food buy, and it was really good. It wasn't $5.60. It was way less than that. I don't remember what I paid. But I know why they put so much of it on sale. It was because the slices were stuck together. So I just took my cheese slicer and used that. So I think this morning I'm just going to have a toasted cheese sandwich. That sounds good. And maybe some yogurt. I have to start eating my delicious yogurt so it doesn't go bad. And I will definitely make that again. Okay, now over here in my freezer, I'm going to do a little organizing. I want to put the chicken-like products with chicken-like products. I want to put my grounds with grounds. Not a whole lot of organizing to do, but it'll make it easier to see what I still have, because right now it's kind of mixed. I don't need to organize my fruit drawer or my veggie drawer. This could use a little organizing. So I want to put like with like, because I have some grounds here and not chicken here, and so I'm going to do that, and it'll make it even easier to cook this down. All right, I will be back and I'll show you what I did. I'm melting down candles and making a new one. So any minute now, my robot vacuum cleaner is going to turn on. My life revolves around making videos around the robot vacuum cleaner. So this bread was good. I will make another loaf, but I have some Walmart bread in the freezer outside that I'm still going to use first. But I did want to try this bread for future me to make. So I'm just going to have a little toasted cheese sandwich and some of my delicious yogurt. And look how thick that still is. Really turned out. Okay, so I'm going to make a toasted cheese sandwich. I'm sure you all know how to do that. And then I'll plate it up and I'll be back. Okay, so here's my very simple breakfast. Toasted cheese with smoked Gouda and my homemade yogurt. All right, I'll be back a little later and we'll see what else is happening. Okay, the freezer is done. It took all of 5 minutes to reorganize it. So I have all my sausages here. This is some porkless bites, some homemade seitan. These are all my nut chicken products and some tempeh. This didn't change. It's still a couple of adult beverages and some random things in there, frozen lemons and limes, and some frozen pumpkin. I'd like to make some pumpkin soup. First time I had that was in the Bahamas, and it was just so good. I haven't made it in a long time. Okay, so these are all the beef-like products, and a couple of Dollar Tree spring rolls. Those were pretty good. I have some puff pastry here. I figured I could use that to make some fruit turnovers or some a pie. Just use it as a cover. This didn't change much, just tofu and soup fixings. Some frozen aquafaba. I can use that to make mayonnaise and vegan things. So that didn't change, and then I put all my frozen cheeses over here, so you can see there's quite a few. Most of them are vegan, but some of them are dairy. Down here I have some naan bread, some basil pesto, some garlic and ginger seasoning, and a little bit of cilantro. And down here I have some mini meatloaves. I need to thaw those and eat them. And some shredded zucchini. And some of these ice cubes. These are nice if you drink wine or a beverage and you don't want to dilute it. You can put these ice cubes in there. So, and like I said, these drawers didn't change. So, that didn't take long, and now I know exactly what's where. Up here, this is some frozen homemade ice cream. It's like an ice cream made with bananas. Not the best, but it's edible. But now that summer's over, I don't know if I'll eat it or not. I may use that to make a banana bread or something. You know, give it just a little, try it out. See if that'll work. All right, well, that's it. I'll be back a little later. Okay, time to put another layer on my candle. Careful you don't burn yourself. And this is just all from candle scraps, from used up candles. And I just have a mug warmer that I use for that. And whatever doesn't burn gets melted down and put in a new candle. All right, now over here I have a couple of sick orchids that I'm trying to rehydrate. So I'll leave those in there till tomorrow. And over here I have a big mess that I need to finish up. So I repotted some succulents and I still have those to do. This is my Malabar spinach that I brought in from outside, and it's starting to root nicely. So I can use that as a house plant and then I can eat it too. Malabar spinach is very tasty. Has a little bit of a waxy, very mild tasting leaf. So if you want to grow an easy indoor plant that's edible, try sprouting some Malabar spinach. So this is where the orchid will go, and I need to finish cleaning this up today. All right. Okay, I have the burger patties that I took out of the freezer yesterday, and I'm just going to chop those up. I want to make some taco meat, and I want to use these up, and I still have quite a few tortillas in the refrigerator that I'd like to use up. So this is just, these are sort of random vegan burgers, a couple different kinds. So I'm just going to get these all chopped up. I'm going to add some tomato from the garden that I want to use up. And I'm going to add a little taco seasoning from the Dollar Tree, which is way too salty. So I'm only going to use a little bit. Oops. Uh-oh. A patty meltdown. Kind of hard to chop up this way. Well, I suppose I could have put them in the grinder, but I'm almost there, so I'm just going to get these chopped up and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to add some of this chopped up tomato. Just to use it all up. Then I'm going to season this with some of this taco seasoning. Not too much, maybe half a teaspoon. And I'm going to add some extra cumin to it. And then I'm going to add some water. You could also add some tomato sauce, anything like that. But I'm just going to add some water and let this cook a little bit. And then this is going to be for dinner tonight. So you guys know I like to cook ahead. I don't like to cook at night. Alright, so I'm going to let this cook up, give it a taste, make sure it's seasoned enough. At this point you can add some hot sauce, you can add some Frank's or some pepper flakes or whatever it is you like in your tacos. So this is a good way to use up my frozen burger patties that are getting too old. And I want to use them before they get bad. I don't want to waste them. Alright, let me just see if that's got enough taco seasoning on there. But by tonight this is going to soak in anyway. Well, it definitely has enough taco seasoning. I think I'd like to put a little bit of tomato paste in here. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of tomato paste, and I like these tubes. They're a little more expensive, but this way you don't have to open a whole can of tomato paste. And you can get that at any grocery store. I'm also going to add some of this lime. Needs a little bit of that. Just a little bit. So I'm just going to let that cook a few minutes and then it'll be ready for tonight. I'm going to make some Pico de Gallo. So I have a bunch of my garden tomatoes in here that I want to use up, and about 1/4 of a sweet onion diced up fine. And the recipe calls for half a jalapeno pepper, but did you know you can use hot pepper flakes if you don't have pico? So these are chili flakes, but I have crushed red pepper flakes right here. Now I don't like it too hot. You could probably even use some cayenne if you wanted to, but I just want a little bit of that flavor. So I'm going to put, about 1/4 teaspoon. Since I'm not a big fan of heat. And I can always add more. You could probably even add some Frank's hot sauce or something like that. Because I don't normally, jalapenos is not something I normally have on hand, and I don't really grow them in my garden either. I grow just regular peppers. But I don't have any of those on hand either. They're either pickled or frozen. So here I have some lime juice that I got in a haul. So I'm going to add, a couple tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, or teaspoons which is a tablespoon. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to add some salt, however much to your taste. And I'm also going to add some regular black pepper. And what I'd like to make for dinner tonight is I'd like to recreate like a Taco Bell Meximelts. I really used to like those when I ate meat, and I haven't had one of those in years. So I want to see if I can recreate that. So I'm just going to chop this up. And this is just a little chopper I've had for a long time. I think Aldi's carries these once in a while. So let me check. I can use a little bit more. So I'm making this for this evening, and then I'll come back later and make a Meximelt. I already made the grounds earlier in the day, so it'll be all set for dinner. A little bit more, and then that's good enough. All right, that should do. And then I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator and let the flavors meld. I'm going to give this a little taste to see if it needs a little more salt. Oh, I know what I forgot. It needs a little bit of sugar. So let me get some sugar out of the cupboard here. Not too much because I don't want it sweet, but just to take a little bit to counterbalance the acid from the tomatoes and the lime. So, okay, give it a taste. Could use a little bit more lime. And a little more mix. Okay, and that is it. Fresh Pico de Gallo. All right, and I'm going to finish up my candle here. I melted all my wax scraps, and there we go. A whole new candle. Just gonna let that cool. And this has one of those wood wicks in there. You can get those on Amazon. All right. Back to the cleaning up of the kitchen table. I'll tell you too, the way I clean out these jars, I just take a paper towel, and while it's still hot, and be careful because the jars get really hot, you might want to use another paper towel, or I just use a dishcloth. And I wipe it out really, really well. And then I stick it in the dishwasher. And that's it. Okay. Oh, I'm back. I forgot. I wanted to put a little bit of cilantro in here. I have this frozen in my freezer, and I want to use it up. So this is about a tablespoon of cilantro. And then I also ended up putting in some lemon pepper. Or you could put lime pepper or lemon and lime pepper. Whatever works. Okay, so this is going in the fridge until later. Okay, I'm still here in the kitchen and I'm making, from these lemon peels, I'm making some lemon peel. And oh, this smells so good. And I'm using my coffee grinder. If you have a powerful blender, that'll work too. But you have to sort of pulse it because sometimes it gets stuck. But I want to get this done. I have all these little things, these little projects hanging over my head, and today's a good day to get them done. So I have orange here and lemon here. And I'm just going to fill up this and use it in bakery. Okay, so that's another project I've got going on today. Okay, I got a whole container of lemon peel. And I love to add these things to banana bread, muffins, anything where you want a nice fresh flavor. You can add the lemon peel. So I have still the orange to go, and then I have some dried tomatoes and dried peppers that I want to try. Now, when you do this, everything has to be bone dry. I dehydrate this in my dehydrator, and then I let it sit out for a week or two to make it dry even faster, and or even more. So, yeah, I mean, you know, things you throw away, they're useful. Okay, so I made orange peel and the lemon peel, and I asked Alexa how much the orange peel is, and she said...
This might answer your question. Orange peel is usually defined as the skin of an orange.
Alexa, stop. I know what an orange peel is.
Are you trying to shop for orange peel?
No.
All right.
She said this was $4 an ounce. So I'm sure this is more than an ounce. So out of something that would end up in the garbage, you can save $4. I tried to get her to answer my question about lemon peel, but I'm sure this is at least $2, if not more, if you buy it already made. So this will last for quite a while. I've had some that I've had for a long time. I know they do lose potency, but as long as they're not moldy, and they shouldn't be if they're dried. You need to dry them bone dry. So, and it wasn't much work. I mean, this little gadget did all the work, and that's just a cheap little Toastmaster coffee grinder. So I'm going to do the same with my tomato, dehydrated tomato and pepper. Okay, so here I have dehydrated tomato powder. Now this you can add water to and turn it into tomato paste, tomato sauce, whatever. And this is from tomatoes that were starting to get soft and go bad that I dehydrated. And why not save some money? And I know tomatoes are not that expensive, but you know. And this is from peppers. So you can do it with peppers too. Or you can just dehydrate them and cut them into chunks. You can always blitz them up at a different time. But so I'll bet you I have at least $10 worth of free food here that normally would have gone in the trash. And I don't know, $10 is quite a bit of money for me. So I'm going to have a cup of tea, take a little break. Usually 3 o'clock, it's like, I'm tired, I need a little break. So, but I'm glad I got those done. I potted up my orchids. So I still have to clean up my washer. And I still have to do some work on my kitchen table. All right, we'll see if I get that done or not. If not, well, it'll go on tomorrow's list. All right, let's make some copycat Taco Bell Meximelts. Now this is the vegetarian vegan version. So here I just have some tortillas. I'm going to make 2 of these. This is the taco meat that I made earlier. And one of the things about the Taco Bell meat was it was always like really finely chopped. So these patties are perfect for that. So that goes on there. You can't see. Okay. So I'm going to make one and see how that turns out, and then I'll make another one. Okay. So these are just random vegan burgers that I had that I chopped up. All right. And then here I have some homemade Pico de Gallo. And I'm going to put some of that on. And I made both of these fresh today. I really used to like these. Okay, I don't want to overdo it so it's not too sloppy. And then, of course, Mexican cheese. So if you want to see how I made the components to this, just watch the video. And then, of course, we need cheese. All right. Now the thing with these is you have to steam it. So the way I'm going to steam these, I have a cover for the microwave, and I'm just going to microwave this for a minute or so. So I'll be right back once this is all cooked up. Okay, all steamed. And then I'm just going to fold this over on itself. And there we go. A tasty Meximelt. All right, let me serve this up. Okay. So I know at Taco Bell they used to wrap these in paper because they were messy. But you could wrap it in parchment paper. So there you go. Taco Bell Meximelt, vegetarian and vegan version. So let me give this a try. Just as yummy as I remember them. So you don't have to do without. Just make yourself a homemade version of your favorite foods. I'm going to enjoy this. Not a very impressive picture, but the taste is really good. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. I love you guys. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Those Meximelts were great. You have to make those. Even if you make them with meat, they were really, really good. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.